Thanks. Hi, I'm David. I've been volunteering for 50 years this month, actually. March 1972, I did a sponsored walk at school and kind of never looked back, really. But I've done quite a wide variety of different things, and one of the biggest was working in a big hospital in London, and that's where I met my wife back in the day. So there's something you can get from volunteering straight away. It's, you know, the different people you meet, different experiences you have. And I went on to move down here. I lived here for 20 years, moved away, and then came back in 2018. And at the beginning of the pandemic, I saw the posters for the helpline. And I thought, yes, I could do that, fit it in around work. And I discovered that people do like someone to talk to.
Okay, in the next few minutes I'm going to introduce you to two friends who've never actually met. First, here's David. His full-time work as an estate agent keeps him really busy. But despite that, a few times a week he stops what he's doing and takes just a few minutes to call this man, Chris, who lives alone in Paynton.
Good afternoon, David. How are you?
Hello, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. You not working today?
It was earlier this year David began volunteering with Torbay Community Helpline, regularly phoning for people who are lonely.
I'm very lucky. I've never felt lonely. I've never been lonely in my life. But loneliness is a terrible thing, and there's no logic, there's no reason for loneliness. And we've all got phone contracts now with unlimited minutes. Let's use those minutes.
And to hear about the difference those calls have made, I met with Chris.
With David, how awkward was it, or was it awkward, when you had that first chat on the phone?
Well, it was so easy. He's a proper gentleman, you know. I respect him immensely. You know, he's always there for me, always supporting me.
I really enjoyed talking to Chris, listening to his tales of when he saw one of the greatest rock bands of all times.
I was lucky enough in 1976 to see The Who at Charlton.
But despite having led a full life, over the years Chris's confidence waned and he became more isolated.
A lot of people watching this will recognise what you're saying about that loneliness.
Yeah.
Can you describe to me just how bad it felt at times?
If I'm honest, it got to the point where you don't want to live. Because, you know, what's the point?
But sitting before me today, thankfully, is a much happier man, and that, he says, is a lot to do with David's calls.
David and the likes have given me an incentive to want to live longer.
As a naval veteran, Chris has also been supported by the Royal British Legion. The Torbay Community Helpline is run by a number of community organisations in the area. So how can many of us watching this get involved?
There will be some people watching this and they'll go, good on you, David, what you're doing, but I just haven't got the time. What would you say to them?
I've worked out that it's no more than 10 minutes a week, and I haven't worked out how many minutes there are in a week, but 10 minutes in a week isn't long.
Chris and David say maybe one day they'll meet up, but for now, this friendship really is enough.
You've not met David face to
No,
face
no,
yet,
no.
but I expect he's going to watch this. I hope he's going to watch this. What would you say to him?
I'd just like to pass on my greatest regard to who I call a proper geezer.
So if you fancy yourself as a bit of a friendly geezer, David says give it a go, and just maybe you can change someone's life. Claire Manning, ITV News.
Yeah, not too bad.
The telephone befriending is so simple. All it is having a talk with someone about once a week, and that's it. And I've helped somebody move on with their life in particular, helped them with the sort of battle to get more suitable accommodation, which was fantastic, incredibly rewarding. And, you know, I might never meet the four friends that I speak to on the phone, but when I say it's two-way traffic, and I know a lot of other volunteers say this, it really is, because I get a lot out of those calls myself. It's not just sort of being a friendly ear for someone. What more could you ask for? But you know, it's just listening more than anything else. And you know, my day job is talking basically. I spend most of my working week on the phone, but when I speak to my friends, I'm more listening than talking, and it's a fantastic contrast. And you know, these days everybody's got unlimited minutes on their phone contract. Probably don't use half of them because of WhatsApp and Insta and all that goes with it. So yes, if you've got a lot of spare minutes and even a spare 10 minutes, who knows what might happen if you give it a try. I mean, some of my conversations are 2 minutes and no more. Some are a bit longer, but you know, I can fit this in with working because there's always time to just give someone a ring and find out how they're doing. And you know, if they come up with a problem they've got that you can't handle, you'll know where to signpost them as well. So don't feel daunted by it. But you know, we've all got phones and we've all got a few minutes, so why not give it a try?